Did you learn any lessons about directing actors that would be helpful for other first-time directors?
Yeah, fortunately, being an actor first, I knew how I liked being directed. So I was able to translate that to my actors. Number one is story is first for anyone. Actors, directors, producers, story is first. That's the most important thing. And when you are directing actors, actors are smart people. We're emotionally smart, right?
Yeah.
So speak to them in a way that is prodding ideas or inviting ideas versus telling them exactly what to do, how to say a line. You don't want to give anyone a line reading because you're the director, you're not the actor. You want to say, stuff like, okay, so this is what the character is feeling at this moment because of this moment earlier, right? Mm-hmm. What do you think he's feeling in your perspective? And then you start to talk back and forth. You throw ideas, you spitball. And then you kind of come to a consensus. If you see a take, for example, in my film, we had a moment where one of our actors, his name is Michael King, he plays the character Ted. It's the climax of the film. There's a very emotional moment. My character's crying and he's trying to console the character. He starts crying and it's a lot of emotions and crying tears. And I look at him, I say, hey, your character wouldn't be crying right now. All right, your character has completed his arc. He's strong. He's no longer this individual who's going to be, he'll be vulnerable with him, but you're his rock, right? And I gave him that kind of direction. It was more metaphorical. And he said, got it. And then he was able to change his delivery, right? I didn't tell him how to deliver it. Right. I told him what the emotions behind the delivery were, and he interpreted that. So I think to make a longer story short, is really think about the emotions. Speak to an actor emotionally, metaphors. Get them to understand the feelings of the character, and then let them interpret that and make that physical, right? If that makes sense.
Yeah, because you talked about a high emotional IQ.
Yes, yeah.
In an intellect, but all emotional intellect
Mm-hmm.
as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so being sensitive to that, and also knowing that they're going to be able to take it, and
mm-hmm.
You don't have to kind of like spell it out.
Yeah, you don't have to spell it out. Say the line this way because of this. Just say this is what the character's going through. This is at this moment. If you have to be a logical director and say, all right, we're at the midpoint of the film. This is the biggest revelation. This is an explosion. This is something big happening. All right, your character's come this far. In this moment, we need to exemplify those feelings, right? If I need you to go bigger, I'll say go bigger. If I need you to go smaller, whatever. But trust that your actors can speak emotional languages and that they will then translate that into a physical action or being or presence. But be concise, be clear, and just be confident. Know that you're the director and that they're looking to you for advice. Give them notes. The actors love getting notes. And if you don't have any, that's fine too. But just make sure that the notes are I love getting, they're emotionally based. Feel this because of this, or what do you think happens here? I think this happens here because of this. And then just let them translate that.
What if you have to have a conversation that it's not a negative, but it's not something that you want to do in front of the whole casting crew?
Yeah, that's good. So if it's a more sensitive issue, you can simply pull the actor aside because you're the director and say, all right, let's discuss this. We have this here. I need to clarify some things, or I need you to clarify something, or what's on your mind? Why aren't you getting to this beat? Why aren't you hitting this emotional moment? What's going on in your mind? And work through it. You almost have to be a psychologist in a way. You really do, because sometimes you have to help them understand and discover the characters. Because as a director, you should know them as well as them, right? And the story. And so as long as you pull them aside gently, say, hey, what's going on? What are you feeling? Or is there something blocking you? If so, what is it? How can I help you break that? Do I need to give you something different? Can we motivate you a different way? And you'll start talking those things out, and then go into the scene with the people and work through it. I always did that. I never gave a note in public. I pulled them aside really quick. Could be the smallest note in the world. Hey, try it this way, do this, do that. And then they would go back into it, because I didn't want to expose anybody's process I want to be gentle about it. So I always pulled him aside and said, hey, let's work this. So that's how I did it. And it works for me as an actor that way. So any director directs me knows that. Pull me aside, give me a couple thoughts, I'll throw my thoughts, we'll work.